India's New Delhi hits unbearable pollution levels, equivalent to smoking 33 cigarettes a day.
Here's a summary of the article.
Air pollution in New Delhi and surrounding towns has reached the worst levels so far this year, with authorities in the capital having declared a public health emergency and ordered the closure of schools. Pollution has reached unbearable levels across North India, Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi's chief minister, wrote on Twitter. Wind speed is picking up and it could take 24 to 48 hours before the pollution level reduces to a level of around 500. Mahesh Palawat, vice president of private weather forecasting agency Skymet, said. Delhi has turned into a gas chamber as the pollution levels hit the severe category, Mr. Taparia said. A survey of 17,000 people in the Delhi region by his consultancy found that 40% want to get out of the area because of the failure to control pollution. Delhi's Mr. Kejriwal, and the chief ministers from the neighbouring states of Punjab and Haryana, urged the federal government to do more to combat the pollution. According to SAFAR, satellite pictures had captured more than 3,000 incidents of stubble burning last week in neighbouring states, contributing to 44% of Delhi's pollution.
This post received a score of 9,239, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I was surprised to learn that greater than 70% of the cities with the worst air pollution in the world are actually in India as of 2018. Source:
What if I told you Asian coastal countries contribute over 90% of the ocean's waste and plastic debris each year? But no one talks about that or looks at them.
People do all the time, we just don't have power over them.
Ocean Cleanup just introduced a river cleanup system like a week ago. They're doing real work. Already have 4 systems deployed.
Gotta wonder how many dozens of millions this kills a year, and how much it destroy their country. Apparently the air is so polluted in the region that oxygen levels are going down, a few more years and people are literally gonna start suffocating to death by the neighborhood. Edit India has like 1366 million ppl living in their country. Asthma and lung, throat, related cancers are like the cause number 2 or number 3 of death there. 0.75 to 1.1% of the pop dies a year.
I worked at a hospital in Kathmandu, Nepal, a city where Monday is trash burning day, and I once saw a guy driving an exposed engine block on 4 wheels. The majority of chronic illnesses were COPD, emphysema. It was surprising not to see obesity, heart disease, diabetes like in the US, because the people eat nothing but vegetables and walk everywhere. But the air was terrible.
Greater than I worked at a hospital in Kathmandu, Nepal, a city where Monday is trash burning day, and I once saw a guy driving an exposed engine block on 4 wheels. PFFT, I live in Indiana and I see that every week. Fuckers quick, too. What's the smoking rate like in India? Do they smoke like chimneys on top of the pollution?
I would, at least cigarettes are filtered.
Given the size of New Delhi population, I wonder if the economic gains of such lousy pollution standards can offset the expenses on healthcare and loss of worker productivity.
People less than profits?
Planet Express, our crew is replaceable, your package isn't.
Unfortunately, that's exactly how most of this city is functioning. Source: getting ready to go to work right now.
Do people there do anything to try and mitigate the harm to them? Like wear those masks or anything? Do those even help?
N95 masks help.
They really don't do as much as you would think. At all. And having 12 million people wear disposable filters all day every day probably isn't going to solve a catastrophic pollution problem when those disposable filters, that last maybe half a day at best, pile up and add to the pollution as a whole.
Reducing PM pollution into your lungs by 95% is a big deal.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.